Flight Boss, bitch. You know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. Flight Boss, the Archangel Uriel. And I'm here to carry out God's duties of motherfucking responsibilities. And right now I want to talk about soul ties. Soul ties. Now shout out to the person, because I'm looking at comments and stuff. So I'm going to do this video on soul ties right here. Now we need to talk about what is a soul tie. What the fuck is a soul tie? So you know the soul is tied to the vibrational realm of your existence. So a soul tie deals with forms of fluid, forms of experience, time, motion. So it's a shared experience. So a soul tie. So you can call it soul entanglement. Like that wire I was talking about in my other video. How the soul has a wire that like an esoteric kind of linkage to the body and the spirit. But that's another video. But for the most part, when you want to look at a soul tie or soul entanglement, this is all under vibration. So it's a shared experience. So look at it this way. Everybody, everything, every person, even animals that you experience in your realm of reality, you share that experience. You share experience with them in the astral realm. So you ever had them feelings of having that sense of you like you know somebody, like you don't know them, but you sense like, I kind of know this person, or I feel like I've seen this person before, or something like that. Sometimes you mistakenly say what's up to somebody or say hi to somebody and you don't even know them because y'all shared an experience. If you have a pet or things of that nature, this means y'all shared an experience in a previous life, or and before y'all got in this shape and form, this is the way it's planning out now. Now let me explain to you this. This is what I want you to understand, why the physical don't matter. The physical don't matter. And why I could be able to talk about past lives and things like that. Because when you think about someone who got knocked out, or someone who was in a car accident, or someone who got knocked unconscious under a circumstance or situation, something happened to their body so fast that it knocks them unconscious. Why is it that when they wake up, they don't never remember the initial thing that happened to their body? Why is it that they always remember the thought or the feelings that they had before the accident? Think about that. That's letting you know that this truly don't matter. So say if your ass was to never gain conscious again, and your shapeless, formless, odorless, flammable gas, your spirit conscious went into another vessel or went somewhere else, how would you know? Like, because when you woke up, your ass ain't know you was knocked out. The only thing you remembered was the last thought and emotion you had. So that's letting you know that the physical truly doesn't matter. Because this could get knocked out, this can go through transformations, this could get birthed. But the only thing that's truly attached to your real memory is your linkage to your subconscious realm, your soul, your vibrations. So when we talk about soul ties and soul entanglement, that's dealing with experience. So any person or animal or even bug that you experience, y'all shared a similar experience. Now let's get into vibrations of examples when we talk about soul ties and in people form. Now it could play out in like two ways. Now a soul tie could play out in a way. Now when you really look at it, technically every person in your life that's in your life in some way, shape, or form plays a soul tie. So when we talk about soul entanglement, now that you're looking at it in that perspective, you have a better understanding and overstanding of it. So now this is when the 360 come into play, because it's important for you to detach from certain soul ties and to attach and tangle yourself within other soul ties. So all of this is within your experience. And if you don't have this kind of understanding, you won't necessarily know what you're getting yourself into. So you may be manifesting people, places, and things in your life that's making you experience things that's not a part of your soul group, soul tie, or soul connection that you really need to be connected to. So you may be disconnected from what you need to be connected to and wrapped up and tied and tangled in shit you don't need to be wrapped up into. You see what I'm saying? So when you talk about a soul tie, now we're getting a better perspective of understanding. Because now that you know that it's shared experiences, think about all the experiences that you are experiencing. Think about all the people in your life, the people, places, and things. Think about the people in your life and the things and their experiences and how their experiences affect you. You know what I'm saying? When they talk about their problems and things, and think about what you do to others. So y'all are sharing an experience. See what I'm saying? So that's a soul tie. That's a soul entanglement. So therefore, you're tied into the same experience. So now you're open up stargates and possibilities of even sharing the same manifestations. So if these experiences that y'all sharing is in frequency vibrations of negativity, then you guys open up the possibility of sharing the same manifestations in your life, manifesting negative circumstances and situations and people, places, and things. It do that on the positive end, and it do that on the moderation end too, when you keep in a balance. You see, you just is like the order. So here's when it comes into a circumstance or situation where it could become a problem. You could have a soul tie or a soul entanglement with a person that you may need to detach from. So, or a circumstance. Like I said, it's important to do your 360, because when you in a circumstance or situation or dealing with certain people that you don't want to deal with at the time, you may be at court, you may be at work, you may be at dealing with certain people, right? It's important that when they're throwing off their energy, which is their frequency vibration, it's important to do a 360 because it causes a detachment. Now, this 360 ain't just doing a 360. You have to actually have on your mind and in your feelings and your heart what you're doing the 360 for. And on your mind is detaching, detangling from whatever concept this person is doing. So when you are throwing at you, whatever spirit this person is throwing at you. So when you do that conscious 360, right, subconsciously you throw the person off, or you throw the circumstance off, or the situation off. You detach from it. You will have a person thinking like, this person, what is this person doing? You will have a situation thinking like, okay, you're out of the loop, and you then created another vortex in that loop. And then that's an energy frequency that you threw out. Now, within that 360, once it's done, that energy's still there. This is why we're able to do science on the North and South Node, Ryu and K2. You see what I'm saying? The energy is still there. Now, what that energy consists of is the aura, the things that was on your mind, and the feelings and emotions and the expressions that you put into that. Now, that's going to spread out and start to change the DNA of the circumstance and the situation, or the people, places, and things that's around. And how it play out, you will see it as the way this person react, or the way the circumstance and situation play out. But if you got faith, and I don't want to use the word faith, but if you got conviction and surety into your spirit and to your words, and you know how to create firmaments and shit like that, then that shit become firm a lot faster, to the point that the circumstance and the situation has no choice but to apply to the terms and conditions that you didn't put out when you read over that contract, especially if you got an esoteric lawyer, or you your own esoteric lawyer because you've been watching URIEL videos. You see what I'm saying? So that's when it comes to soul ties. And soul ties is, they play as burdens. So it's like, so everything up under vibration ties to fluid. So fluid is like when a person throw their emotions or feelings on you, it's like adding water in your cup. So these people play as burdens. The ones that you need to detach from, they'll play as burdens. People you don't want to deal with. People that make you feel emotionally responsible, make you feel obligated for things, and obligated. These are soul ties you need to detach from. And you may be so sucked into it. The circumstance and the situation and the experience may be so heavily in rotation that you may even make up excuses of why it's not a problem. You may not even know you're in rotation in some type of pattern. You may not even know you sunk into the deep end. And then you may make a lot of excuses on why you do these things because of, aka you may share the same experiences, share the same blood, same to share area and location, aka overall you're sharing the same experience. So it can play into your family, friends, and all kind of waves and fluids. Everything is tied up under vibration. So we're talking about the soul tie here. So people you share experience with, the people you shared the most experience with, have manifested into family members. So you have to understand that family members may not necessarily be family how y'all think family is. These are just people you may have shared the strongest experience with in the astral realm. So when y'all made vessels and came in here and manifested a circumstance or situation in the physical realm, the physical vessels y'all took was similar. So then y'all start experiencing the dimension y'all in similar ways also, to the point that the people you have had the most closest experiences with in this realm of reality, the vessels y'all took, it would appear as what y'all call as family or close friends and things of that nature. And we all know how these things could play out. Your parents could be your worst enemy. Your grandparents could be your worst enemy. Your cousins, your brothers, your closest friends, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? Even your kids could be your worst enemies. You see what I'm saying? And then see, these are circumstances and situations that you will make up, like, okay, oh, this is this family, oh, this is this my girl, oh, this is this my nigga, this my boyfriend, or this is this oh, that's just my grandma, or that's, see, you have to detach from realms of realities on so many levels. Like, now, you see what I'm saying? You get, and I'm not saying this to say that your family member or friends, like, they all evil or bad. What I'm saying is you have to change your perception. Now you share good experiences with people in the astral realm. So in this realm of reality, it'll play out as people, places, and things that you resonate with, people you get along well with, and you know that could be a complete stranger, or that could be a family member, or that could be a friend. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. Now, when you resonate with somebody, you're not going to always agree with them, because you still got your own perception. You still an individual spirit, which is a soul. But at the same time, y'all connection will, in those excuses of why you connected with them, is on a higher vibration. So you're able to set aside, and y'all both have a higher understanding of things with each other. So you're able to set aside lower petty things, so it's not a burden. So when you guys don't agree on things, it doesn't appear as a burden. You don't feel obligated. And when you guys give each other space and room and get back together, it's not a circumstance or situation where you feel like there's a sense of responsibility or obligation there. Y'all not putting no water in each other's cups. Y'all both are y'all own orbs, and y'all sharing the experience in the way that y'all supposed to. And it's respect. You see what I'm saying? It's like, so when we get to soul ties, so this is soul ties. So right now, everybody who connected with me and everybody I'm connected with, we are all soul ties, because we share experiences. You know why? Because we all resonate. So if we're resonating with this, if you resonate with me, I resonate with you. So right now, we shared this experience because we resonate with something, with this experience right here. So in the astral realm, that means we have experienced some of the same travels. So in this realm of reality, it plays out as, okay, we agree on something similar. You know what I'm saying? We experiencing something similar. And we could be like, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, I seen this too. I seen that. You see, we share experiences. So we are soul tied. Now, see, soul ties could play out in many different ways, because look, you may be soul tangled with someone that manifested here that's in a longer distance than you. So that means, like, in the astral realm, say all of us as a whole going through the space travel is just this big as a whole, as a body. So we got a bigger shapeless, formless, odorless guys that's controlling us that we're within. But that's another video. But let's say all of us as a whole connected. We're only this big. But say I'm right here and you right here. So when we get manifested, whatever realm of reality that goes into, it could play out in ways as I got manifested in America and you got manifested in Japan, right? But in some way, shape, or form, we share in the astral realm. We share experiences. So whatever you're talking about and whatever I'm talking about, I bet we resonate with each other. I bet we're talking about the same thing because we share experiences. So that's a soul tie. You see what I'm saying? That's a good soul tie, though. You got a bunch of bad soul ties. Some you got to do numerous 360s from. So, you know, soul tie is any person you share experiences with. So it could even be a complete stranger, right? And it make you feel like, man, I know this person, or I seen this person before. And you may have it. In this realm of reality, you may have it. But in the astral realm, you have. In another shape or form. Somewhere else, y'all know each other, or y'all walked past each other before, and the energy that y'all gave to each other in this realm of reality was as much energy that y'all gave to each other in that realm of reality, and that was just as far as it needed to go. But y'all shared that much experience with each other. So however time that it took for you to be like, I know that person, and whatever like that was how much energy you gave to them in the astral realm. But see, it wasn't that much, but you know it was a shared, it's something you remember. See, memory and fluid movement, emotions, and motion and movement, all that is tied up under, and soul and experience and time, all that is tied up under the vibration realm. What's in the middle? It's frequency, vibration, and energy. The physical experience is all tied to the energy and things of that nature. But the memory, this is why you're not able to remember nothing. You're not going to be able to remember nothing if you ain't got no emotional connection with it. Tell me I'm lying. Think about everything you remember. The only reason you remember it is because you had an emotional connection to it. You ain't gonna remember half of your teachers and shit like that who didn't have an effect on you in no type of way, because it's gonna go in one ear out the other, one sight and out the other sight. So it's going to be hard for you to remember things that didn't take an emotional effect. This is why you can't remember people's faces who people you just come across but didn't have no real experience with. There's no memory. There's no fluid there. There's no attachment there. That's why the moon represents connection and attachment, and it controls the tides. This is why it has something to do with your soul and things of that nature. All fluids in different densities. So this is why you can't think about all the shit you can't remember. And think about why you can't remember it. Because it didn't affect your emotions in any kind of way. Then think about all the shit that you remember. The reason you remember it because it affects your emotions in some type of way. It affects you emotionally. And the stronger the memory is, the stronger the experience. The more harsh or the more hype and excited, or just the more in depth, the more water was added onto that experience. That's going to be the more memorable it is. The more visualization. See, this is the realm that create the realm of reality that y'all call is light and shit like that in the physical realm. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be more of a realization, more visualizing. You get imagine it more clear. The broader and the lesser the experience, the more you're not even going to be able to remember it. That's more attached to the spirit. That's more getting attached from the physical. This is why you're not supposed to pay attention to a lot of shit here. Because you don't want to attach a lot of shit to your water you already have to bring yourself down and add more weight and bring yourself more down to density. So you take greater vessels thinking you're more powerful because you're still a better, bigger, shapeless, formless, odorless gas. But you in a bigger vessel, which the bigger the vessel, the dumber. The bigger, the harder to fall. Y'all got to understand that concept in the astral realm though. Flight boss, bitch. Goddamn air.